I needed to download images from my Seestar S50 onto my computer running Windows 11 Home Edition, but every time I tried to connect, I would get this error and not be able to access it over the network. Finally, I found out that it wasn't an issue with the Seestar S50 at all, but it changed to the way Windows 11 and the 2.4H2 update changed the security on the system. I'm using Windows 11 Home Edition, and it previously allowed connection with the Seestar, which implements very open connections to allow easy access to files. Here's an example of how I could access my files prior to the 2.4H2 update. If I put my IP address of the Seestar S50, I would get prompted for the user ID and password. If I put the username as admin and the password as password and clicked OK, I'd get access to my file directory and I could see my images from the Seestar S50 and transfer them directly to my computer for processing. With the Windows 2.4H2 update, Windows 11 now enforces stricter and more secure network connections. This includes disabling guest access, requiring SMB signing, and rejecting anonymous access without prompting for credentials. With the update, if you try and connect to your Seestar over the network, and if you're prompted for credentials, put in the same admin and password, and I get this error message that I can't connect. To fix this, we need to change the security signature requirements and the insecure guest logon requirement. We're going to open up PowerShell, which you have to open as an administrator because you're actually changing security settings on your computer. The first command we're going to run is to remove the requirement for security signatures. When prompted, select Y to confirm the change. The second command we're going to run is to enable insecure logins. You're going to also press Y here to enable this change. We've run the two commands, and now we're going to connect to the Seestar. We're prompted for username and password, and now we can get in. I do want to share with you that there are risks for disabling these enhanced security requirements. You certainly don't want to do this on a public network. My Seestar and my home computer are on my local network at my house, so there's no other connections that can be made. In fact, I reset these configurations back to the original settings when I'm not connecting with my Seestar to make sure that they are the original configuration and more secure. To set the configuration back to default, you would just do the opposite command. Require security signature as true. Confirm it with a yes. Enable insecure guest logins as false. Confirm it with a Y. This sets the configuration back to its default, and you'll no longer be able to connect to the Seestar S50. By creating a batch file, I'm automating the change to make sure that I get it correct the first time, and I set the configuration back. I'm going to run the batch file. It prompts me if I want to run as an administrator. Here it set the settings to allow me to connect to the Seestar. I go ahead and open up my files and transfer all of the files from my Seestar to my computer. When I'm done, I just press continue, and the batch file goes ahead and sets those configurations back and validates them. Hopefully this solved your connectivity issues between your Windows 11 machine and your Seestar S50. This works for the ASIAIR as well. And now you can transfer your files over your home network. Please let me know if this works for you in the comments, or if you have any questions so that we can all learn from each other. And I'll post the commands in the description so you have them.